Hey guys, Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We are at Winter NAMM. This is our first appointment of the whole show. We've got Adrian from Prestige Guitars, Chris from Prestige Guitars. Guys, you have a couple of new things here at the show, this new bass and a guitar. Tell us about what we're looking at here.
Okay, so this is something really, this is brand new for Prestige. This is something that's been in the works for the better part of a year. And what this is the new Todd Kerns signature model Prestige bass. Of course, Todd plays plays bass for Slash, and the Conspirators. This is something Todd's wanted to do for a long time, and we were pretty lucky to be part of it. So this is it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's got some obvious allusions to classic outlines. You know, the body is sort of a T-birdish, and I think you said earlier when we were setting up that it's a 7-piece body, right?
It is, yeah. The design itself is something that Todd and I had worked out. I mean, we went back and forth and tweaked and reimagined this thing over and over. And essentially, it's obviously an offset design. We went with a neck through. It's a 7-piece. And we wanted to, obviously it has that kind of classic offset look, but it is a different body shape. There's nothing that has kind of the horns and the waist design of this kind of thing. And so it's a little different. So neck through design. 7-piece. It's mahogany and walnut, which is something a little bit different. You know, it's a full scale, so 34-inch, and reverse headstock, 4 on one side, and yeah, it's kind of the basics. Coming all the way down into, you can get into the hardware. We can talk about the pickups.
Yeah, let's talk about the pickups. I think you said earlier that they're Duncans, and I think you said the production ones are a little different than these.
Yeah, so this is actually the prototype. This is the very, very first one that we've built. This is actually going to be one of Todd's touring basses. And so what we did is we partnered up with Seymour Duncan, and in our guitar line, we use pretty well Seymour Duncan for everything. These Seymour Duncans are a custom shop Todd Kerns pickup that they put together for us. The people over at SD are amazing, and you know, they're always really helpful. So basically it's a D35 or DC35 casing, but it's a hot rodded out sort of a T-bird style pickup, but it's higher output and hotter and very much designed for Todd, you know, to fit the voicing that he's looking for. Then what we did is this is another Todd Kerns innovation. This is kind of how he wanted to do things. When you're dealing with Todd and the way he loves to play, it's either, you know, on 100%, it's like set to stun, or it's off. So basically what we did is we did a kill switch and a volume, and that's it.
So both pickups are always on?
Both pickups are always on, and generally speaking, it's on 100%. It's cranked up. You switch it on or you switch it off, and that's how he likes to play live, and so we set the bass up that way for him.
Cool. And the bridge, it's pretty beefy.
It is that a full contact bridge. We wanted to make sure, at least on this prototype, that we went with the full contact bridge. We've messed around with a couple different designs, so the bridge may change from model to model. You know, he'll have 6 or 8 basses out on the road, so you might have some different combinations for each one. But this one, we wanted to start off with a full contact bridge. Kind of gave us the best, most resonant kind of tone going through this thing too. So
cool. Now, I guess your relationship with Todd goes way back,
yeah.
And he helped you design one of your first guitars, is that right? One of your first 6 strings?
Yeah, yeah. So our history with Todd is deep. We go back to the early 2000s. We've all been friends for a long time. Todd was part of a band in Canada called Age of Electric. We're Vancouver, Canada based. Todd was a fellow Vancouverite, and we all met a long time ago and started working together, started doing different things. And in 2005 or 6, we designed a guitar with Todd that's sort of a Todd signature model, if you will, called the Heritage Deluxe, which I don't know if you can pan over, but we've got one.
This right here?
Grab it, give it a grab, and we'll bring this guy up. So this was the first guitar that we did with Todd. So it's a metallic charcoal, kind of hot rodded out, solid body with a Bigsby, and we did this way back 2005, and this has been Todd's main 6-string electric that he plays. We decided, you know, to keep this one going. It's been a really good selling model for us. But when Todd ended up playing with Slash, of course, he's playing bass, and we kicked it around, and Todd's always wanted to do a signature model, and he's part of the Prestige family. So that's it. This is where it came from.
All right, Adrian, you guys also have a new 6-string, but your amps didn't show up on time, so we don't get to hear it, but we get to look at it. So tell us.
Look at it, totally. This is, like I said, this is NAMM. You never know what's going to show up and what's not. So luckily the guitars are here. This is the Troubadour. So this is the newest 6-string model that we just brought out. It's our solid body, kind of standard shape. We use a really nice sharp cutaway. It's a single cutaway, solid mahogany body. We use a 3/4 inch maple cap, and kind of a crucial part of the Prestige story is we live, we're from Vancouver, Canada, and we're about an hour away from one of the top places in the world for soft maple. So we go out, we hand pick all the maple that goes into our guitars, and this one's same thing here, obviously covered up with this nice matte black finish, but we have a 3/4 inch slab of maple in there. So let's go through the guitar. We can kind of start at the top and work our way down. Solid mahogany neck. We do a 3-piece, so we split it, go 3-piece, reverse the centerpiece for added stability. This one has Grover tuners, so 18-to-1 nickel Grover tuners. The whole thing is nickel hardware throughout. That was kind of part of the design for this guitar. Matte black, there's a volute in the neck coming down. We don't do that on all our models, but we do on this one. It's a C-shaped neck with a 14-inch radius, so it's a fairly flat radius, really nice, comfortable to play. Modern jumbo nickel silver frets. We use a fairly high fret, but it's kind of part of the magic. Tusk XL nut. It's a 1 11/16 nut width, so fairly standard, very comfortable to play. Ebony fretboard, and that's kind of crucial for this one. We do that on all sort of the top of our line solid body guitars. We do use the ebony fretboard, and we have some models with rosewood, but this one's ebony. And the idea behind this guitar was we wanted to kind of break away from the natural finish tops and kind of the really flashy, high figuring type tops. And we wanted to do something in this custom line. That Todd Kerns guitar I showed you, the Heritage Deluxe with the Bigsby on it, that's the other guitar in our custom line. And kind of what we wanted to do was have this ode to like the rockabilly hot rod scene and have a little bit of that feel going through the look of the guitar. And that's essentially what this is. So all nickel hardware. We use these fat, knurled, kind of Gretsch-looking type knobs. All nickel hardware. Again, Seymour Duncan pickups.
Which model?
These ones are 59 in the neck, JB in the bridge. Classic combo. The JB is as hot as you're pretty well ever going to need. So, yeah, so it kind of kills it. And this one's great. We sent them out with a couple of our A&R roster musicians to go out on the road. And we're going to find out pretty quickly how they do in big stadiums and whatnot. So
sweet. How much does this go for?
These go for about $1,300.
Okay. And how about the Todd Kerns bass?
The Todd Kerns bass, we haven't even priced it yet. So that bass, I mean, this is the grand unveil. You guys are literally the very first people to see it. We haven't even taken out of the case other than this. So that's brand new. Production model, we're going to be a couple months down the road. But at this point, we wanted to get it out here at NAMM. Todd's going to be with us on Saturday. That will be the official unveiling of the Todd Kerns bass. So he's going to be here at the booth for a couple hours. We're going to bring it out. He's going to be here to talk to people and show them what he's doing. And it's exciting. I mean, to have a chance to work with Todd and do something brand new design, brand new model. For us, it's exciting to get back into doing a bass because the rest of our line is guitars. It's really cool. It's a really great opportunity. And Todd's, like I said, he's part of the family. We're all super close with him. He's just an awesome guy. And
congrats on that. Why don't you tell people where they can go online to find out more about these models, maybe check out the price on Todd's bass later?
Absolutely. So prestigeguitars.com, just go to the website. And I should say, too, even though we had our mix-up with the amps and didn't get a chance to play this for you, what we've done is we've actually just spent some time shooting demo videos for every single model in our line. If you go to the website, you can click on the Troubadour and go on there, and there's a demo video, and we put it through a Supro amp, and we've got Luca Benedetti, another player on our roster. He plays the guitar, goes through all the voicings, all the different pickup settings. We show you how we've got the volume set, everything. So you can really find out how this thing sounds with and without extra gain. And there's no, there's no mystique as to what we're doing. There's no effects loops and stuff. So, maybe you don't get to hear it live, but you can click on the video and check it out that way.
Sweet. Good idea. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. Stay in touch with all of our NAMM coverage.